It's December 13, 2020. This is lot number 1, Grayson Lane. I've owned it for a month now. And that's Woodward Lane. Grayson Lane is a dead end. Dead end's down there. I don't know if you can see the mountains back there, but it's got horses next door. There they are. I was just petting them. They came over to see me. I just want to do a quick video of the clearing I made for, well, the outline for the clearing. I put the driveway in, cut in the driveway, and it's going to be mulched. So I've marked it with the pink ribbon, and everything, I guess I'm walking kind of on the edge, this edge. Everything to the right of me for this whole video is going to be my buffer zone, which is untouched, and everything to the left is going to be mulched and cleared. Now right here is where the pink ribbon starts, and if you see over there, there's some cedar logs that are 10 foot long that I saved, 4 of them, so I can put a gate right here. It's approximately 66 feet from the road, which would give me plenty of room to pull in with a trailer and open the gate. Hopefully one day when I build a house and a shop here, I won't have to use the gate, but as long as it's just vacant land, it's probably a good idea to have a gate. Most of the spoil in the center is done by using the cloppers, the Fisker cloppers, I call them, just by hand, just clopping it. And it's taken me a month to do this. That is a telephone pole. There's 3 on the property. This is the first one on the property, then it goes to a second one, and then a third one that has a old meter, which actually is blocked off, but I don't know what it was feeding. I don't know. I have no idea. I can't figure it out. These stakes right here are for the septic, and if you look down there, you can probably see the other one. These are 2 of the 4 markers. The other 2 are to the right of me, and they are in the buffer zone. So there's the telephone pole. So that's where the driveway is going to come to the clearing. This is where the clearing starts. There is 165 feet from this clearing to Grayson Lane down the driveway. And that is heading south. That's east. Woodward Lane is over here. So we'll take a nice little walk around the perimeter that I made the clearing to show the clearing. And like I said, everything to the right is staying as a buffer zone. Everything to the left is going to be mulched up. And there's some pretty thick areas. To the right of me, the buffer zone is 120 feet. So I gave enough to where if I need a little bit more, I can. Depends on what's going on, but I definitely want some privacy. It's going to be a nice little private lot here. As we go down the trail, there was no trail here when I first bought the property. I had to make a little footpath, which I'll show you coming up. And it was, it took me a couple hours just to get into the property. It was so thick. You can see this is actually the thin part. This isn't as thick as the other part. The other part on the other side is real dense. But I came in here with my cloppers and started clopping. I use the chainsaw for some things, the big stuff. But for the most part, most of what you see has been knocked down with the cloppers. And I pretty much left everything. I moved the big stuff to the side, but the small stuff, I just let it lay there. So we're walking on the highest point of the property. This is where this is the, I guess you would say, the east side of the property. And this is kind of the halfway point of the property. It's got some bigger trees here. This is where the barbed wire fence was, because this used to be a farm. So in there, that's my little footpath I made when I first came in here. And it went down that way. And that way, I was able to get to the pond. And since then, I've made this perimeter trail so that I could mark the boundaries, so when I have somebody come in here and mulch this up, I'll be able to do it. But as you can see, there's a lot of stickers. It was a job getting that barbed wire out of here. I got all the barbed wire off the property where I was going to go ahead and clear it. I still have some more to do up on the upper end of the property on the other side of the pond. But right now I'm concentrating on mainly just worrying about getting this trail clear. So on the buffer zone up there, it's a little thin up there. That's as thin as it gets, the buffer zone right there. There was some 4x4 pressure treated lumber that was rotting, that were thick, 6 foot long, and I threw them in the buffer zone. I don't know if you can see them laying in there, but they're in there just so I can mulch them up. So we're still on the east side, heading north, and like I said, this is the upper part of the property. Somewhere around in here where it's real thick. This is somewhere where I think if I do put a shop, the shop is going to be. I'm not sure until everything's clear, but just thinking and looking at the topography of the map and everything, I think this might be a good spot. And of course, this is 120 feet on this side, so if I need more, I can get more. So we're still going down the trail, and you can see some of these trails back in there are deer trails, and I see some deer poop and deer rubbings and some places where deer have bedded down. So I've spooked some deer, and I've heard them grunting, invading their territory. They love these cedar trees. So this is the corner, the northeast corner of the property, of the clearing anyway, not of the property. 120 feet to the road there, and then there's a farm that way, 120 feet buffer on the north side also. I figured I'd keep it symmetrical. So now we're going to go west, and like I said before, everything to the right is staying as a buffer. Everything to the left is going. And I tell you what, I cut a lot of trees down. A lot. Amazing. I had to clear clearings just to put the trees. Like there's some trees there, but you know, you can see it's a lot of trees. I have no idea how many trees I cut down by hand, but there was a lot. And throughout the whole area, I just kind of threw some trees down. So we're going to keep on going west, and as we go west, we're slowly making our way down a slight incline, slight hill downward. We're going downward a little bit, and we're heading to the pond. If the pink ribbon is on a tree, that means that tree stays. Anything to the left of that pink ribbon goes. And as you can see, it's pretty, that's all going to be cleared at some point. And you can kind of see how thick that is. This is actually, I picked this spot because you can actually see a little bit. It's not as thick as what we just came from. So we're still going down. We're almost at the pond. And when we come out to the pond, it's the underground spring that is feeding the pond. That's where we're going to be. All right. So here we are. We finally made it out of that part. And the pond is over there. This is the clearest spot that you can see my neighbor's farm back over there, and this is the underground spring that's feeding the pond. It's a steady little stream of water. Now there's a path that goes around the pond to the left, which is going to be cleared. Everything you see right there is going to be cleared. Everything around the pond, all this stuff, it's going to be all cleared. Now, let's walk on this side of the pond, opposite of where the home site's going to be. And there is a trail over here. It's going to remain here. In fact, I'll probably go up that hill just a hair and take a few more trees, mulch them. But all these trees in this pond are going to be taken out. Now the pond is 1/3 of an acre in size. It's obviously man-made. I'll show you the dam in a minute, but it's a nice sized pond. It's a nice pond. I've seen fish jumping. In fact, I thought it was something, but I don't know what it is. I thought I saw something. Now the property goes up there. You can't really see, it's pretty dense. Ooh. I just heard something. I don't know if you can see the route. I just heard something. Something's in there. Yeah, we'll go over here for a minute. See it for a bit. Now across the pond right there, that is where the home site will be. Right, kind of straight ahead up there. That's where it's going to be. So somewhere up there. And we'll continue down this path to see what's going down right here. There's a lot of action over here in the pond. I just saw a bunch of stuff going on. Something's in there. Now this is all obviously going to be cleared, but the dam is right there, and one more view of the pond. And like I said, on the other side, that is going to be all clear, along with all the trees that are on this side. There's some decent sized trees here that are going to have to be taken out by hand. So we'll go up here real quick. Now up here, there's another section of the property. It's 10 acres altogether. We're pretty much just looking at half of it right now. The other half is up there. And down here, this is essentially, I'll walk up there for a second real quick, and then I'll come back. We'll come back to the dam. So just remember the dam right here and the pond right there. So we're just going to walk up here for a second. Just a quick second to see what this part of the property looks like. It's not as densely populated with trees as the other one. It's got more. I mean, this area right here, of course, has some trees. That's pretty dense right there, but for the most part, there's some pretty nice areas up here. This area right here could be nice to clear if I wanted to put something like a little outbuilding or something right up in here, because it's a nice little flat area before it starts going downhill there. And here we go. This is a fenced in area, which I'm taking the fence out, and the fence goes down the line there. The pond is down there. And this area right here, this fenced in area, is approximately 1 acre that's fenced in, which is semi-flat. There could be something built here, no problem. See, that's my neighbor's. He's got an old barn over there, and then he's got a field over there, and then over there is another neighbor, a different one, and he's got a big field, and that is a haunted tree. But no, that's my big tree. And down there in the corner of my property is another underground spring, and then it goes way down there to the bottom, and I don't know if you can see pink ribbon way down there, but it's, the property goes there and then it kind of goes that way. So we'll check out the rest later. I just wanted to get the gist of the clearing right now. But it's pretty cool up here. This is about the same. It's 500 foot above sea level, just like the north end of the property is 500 foot above sea level. All right, so we're heading back to the, I have to make trails here. I haven't made trails. I kind of half-assed it, but this actually was not walkable. I didn't make a nice trail. I just kind of made my way. So this is the dam, and this is all going to be cleared on this side. Like I said, everything to the left. To the right, they're going to clear some. They're not going to clear the whole back side of the dam, but they're going to clear definitely all of this side. Nice strong dam. It's got a creek down there. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but that's where it's coming out. We'll walk down there in a minute. But this is well, I just saw some ripples. There's definitely some fish jumping. There it is. There's the pond. Now, as we get to the other side of the dam, we can kind of look up this hill, and everything that I'm got the camera on is going to be cleared. Everything. No more trees. It's all going to be clear. All that thick brush. All those cedar trees gone. And then we'll have this pond open. And it'd be nice. It'd be a nice little spot, I think, when I'm done. See what the topography is when I'm done. We get an idea of what's going on. But like I said, a lot of this stuff's going to be torn out. There was nothing but barbed wire fencing halfway around this pond. It went down there. It went up that hill to where we did that clearing. I took all that out. Then it went down this tree line almost to the road right here. almost to Grayson Lane. Grayson Lane's down there. I'm looking west now. I've got a couple gates that I found on the property. I'm probably going to use one of those for the gate to enter the property. This is going back to the driveway. We're going to go down there, but I think maybe I might take a little walk down here real quick so you can see where the pond comes out. Oh, there it is. Let's see if you can hear that. Yeah, so back side of the dam. Pretty clear back in here. I gotta trim these trees back, but we'll go down here real quick. Take a little walk. This is an old road. Like I said, this used to be a farm, and down here, that's the third and last telephone pole. I just took some stuff off of it, so I'm going to probably use the telephone poles as a footbridge where the inlet of the pond is. Now this right here is I'm walking towards my neighbor's yard. Grayson Lane is over there. My neighbor's property is right there where you see the clearing. That's the vacant lot next to me. And he has a 10-acre lot also. This right here, amazingly enough, there's one right there, one right there. You can see where it's coming out of the ground right over there. 2 underground springs. Pretty cool. This is my property here. This is a culvert we just crossed, and you can see the property line right there, the pink ribbon, and we'll walk up to it. It goes down that way. Neighbor's yard, pink ribbon, and it goes, oh geez, it's pretty, oh, you can kind of see through there, I think, maybe. Don't know if you can or not, but it goes down that way, and then it goes up that way, if you can see the pink ribbon. Grayson Lane's up there. This is all my property over here. There's some fencing here. It looks like they had something fenced in. I'm gonna go ahead and get the fencing out of there just because don't want to be tripping up on it. Probably cut up some of these trees that fell down so I can make some little trails for my four-wheeler. But it's pretty cool to have this culvert here. Now we'll walk down here to the bigger culvert that crosses the actual creek that the pond is dumping into. Like that, what we just had to jump over. That was a piece of wood that fell. So that's the back of the dam. This is the electric pole, the last one. I'll show you the second one in line when we're walking that way, but this is the culvert to go onto the other side of the creek. Very nice. It's got some pretty cool rock croppings here and there. There's one of them. I want to clear that trail. It looks like it used to be an old trail. This actually was a lot of field, but that goes back to that trail that we walked up to, up that pretty cool spot that I showed you up at the high spot where there was some flat places where you could probably build something, outbuilding or something. Now this is a trail that I'm going to clear and make it a lot nicer. And then this gets on to the other side of the creek that we were at, going that other culvert. And this, you can see the property line. Now my neighbor, he has a shed. I don't know if you can see it through the trees, but he's got a shed on his property. And then my property's to the right. I put a lot of markers. And then his property's behind us now. So this is all my property. And up there on that hill, up there is where we just came from, where I was trying to show you the markers. I took some posts out of the ground. I'm going to put some more posts and stuff. But we won't walk up there, but up there is where the spot is for the outbuilding. We'll go back over here and continue on to go around the perimeter to give you an idea of the perimeter. Alright, so once you get past here, it's pretty cool. It kind of opens up a little bit. You feel like you're under an umbrella. It's pretty neat. You can see the culvert right there. The dam is right there. And we're going to go over the culvert and head back, work our way back to the driveway so you can see what I cleared. I actually cleared some of this too, but it wasn't nearly as much as the actual clearing for the clearing. That was definitely a undertaking. It took me a month. Well, between that and getting the barbed wire out. So if you see green on trees, that means save them. So they're in the zone where it's supposed to be cleared, and I don't want to clear some of them. You can look up in there. You might be able to see some up in there. We'll walk up that way. But like I said, everything to the left of me, we're back on track, is to be torn out. Everything to the right stays. So we're going to go up here. There's a slight incline up here. Now to the right of me is Grayson Lane, and it's 165 feet of buffer zone. And right there is the second telephone pole. The third one that we just looked at was down there. So there's 3 of them. The first one, we're heading to it. Like I said, to the left is going to be all clear unless you see green ribbon. Green ribbon, that stays. Now, this area we're at now was not as densely populated with trees right here. This was kind of thin, so the buffer zone is thin also, which means I wanted a little bit more buffer. Of course, it's winter time. It's December 13th, so it's about as clear as it's going to get. Summertime, I'm sure you can't see anything. But I want to be private even in the winter. There's a couple of rock croppings over there. I don't know if you can see it. Pretty big tree. We just came from down there. And now, buffer zone to the left, 165 feet to Grayson Lane. Clear everything to the left. Did I say right? To the right is Grayson Lane. And that is south. So we're gonna walk through here. This was really dense. I mean, you could barely see. I mean, that, I don't know if you can see or not, but it's a lot of trees. I definitely took out some trees here. As you can see, I got a lot. I actually had to make a trail next to the trail just to have room to put the trees. I didn't really have to go this wide here, but was a little bit off course, so I had to fix it. It's easy to do in the woods. So up here, this is where we came out of the driveway. We did one big circle and took a couple other little tours along the way, but hopefully it made for an exciting video. And we are back to where you come into the clearing from the driveway, and there is the original telephone pole. I call it telephone pole number 1. So we'll go back down the driveway and we will head on out. You gotta be careful. I just laid down these trees right in the center of this driveway. I took all the, I de-limbed them with the hand-held cloppers, and then I cut them and then de-limbed them with the chainsaw, and then kept on getting up. I love it out here. It's quiet. Nice area. It's really going to be private when I'm done, you know, since it's going to be, you know, back with, you can't see anything from the road. And these trees, they'll muffle the sound somewhat too, because, I mean, the sound travels out here. It's so quiet, but I love it. All right, so I am back out, and the horses are still there. They're still in the same spot. Alrighty. Well, I'll check back later. Hopefully it'll be clear and I'll make a video of that. I'll talk to you later.